afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today because the Big Match people wanted to bring a touch of class and style to their Christmas programme. We've given the push to Brian Moore, Brian Clough and Malcolm Allison for this week, and I've got a couple of old mates, especially one of them, here to help me out. They are John Hollins of Chelsea and Paddy Mancini of QPR. So let's start with some football, and Brian Moore was at QPR yesterday for the match against Newcastle.
First out are Queen's Park Rangers, led by Terry Venables, a side that's lost a little of the momentum that it had at the start of the season. And indeed, they've not won in their last 6 games. For this match, Queen's Park Rangers make one change in defence, where Ian Gillard comes in at number 3 for only his second league game of the season. He replaces Tony Hazel, and Ron Abbott is named as substitute. Newcastle have also had many injury problems this season. They are still without their top striker, Malcolm McDonald, and their manager, Joe Harvey, keeps the side that had a handsome victory over Dundee United in the Texaco Cup in midweek. There's no doubt we should be keeping an eye on Terry Mancini in the heart of the QPR defence today. Woe betide him if he puts a foot wrong. And then there's Bobby Moncur, that strong skipper from Newcastle.
Thomas again. Now can he make use of his speed? Hibbett going back and he shrugged him off well. Thomas a delicate little cross and Gibbons with a header and crossed in again and just over. Leach and Gibbons at the far post. As Thomas turned that over beautifully, up they went. And somehow McFall kept it out, and it was Gibbons who finally turned it over. It's with Howard. Towards Tudor. Mancini getting above him, but here's Cassidy now as they take it through to Robson, and it'll be with Cassidy again with a scoring chance here for Newcastle. Oh, and he's wide! What a miss! He got him going the wrong way, not once but twice, and that included the goalkeeper Phil Parks. And then Tommy Cassidy put it wide. Bowles. Leach. Flicked on there beautifully by Venables to Francis. Played on in turn for Clement. Can he get the shot in? Oh yes! Dave Clement! And that's 1-0 for Queen's Park Rangers with 26 minutes gone. Started with the flick by Venables. Turned on by Francis then to Clement, and he hit it wide of McFall and in off the far post, 1-0. Craig joining up with the attack again, Hibbett. And now Leach. Now Rangers with 3 men up, and it's 3 against 4. The break is on for them, still with Leach. There's Francis available on this side. Now Bowles. Played this time for Venables. Francis supporting him. Here's Francis. Crossed in again. Gibbons is coming up late. There's Gibbons! So Don Gibbons makes it 2-0. And Newcastle have themselves to blame, as the rain really comes hurtling down now. That long cross over from the left, a misunderstanding between Moncur and I think McFall, and Gibbons coming in late to pick his spot. Hibbett and Howard are standing behind it, and it's Hibbett who chips it, and it's Tudor who goes in, and it's McDermott who blasts one, and it's gone in off the number 3. I think it's an own goal there, off Gillard, but it's an own goal. And Newcastle are right back in the hunt. McDermott a tremendous shot, the deflection going in off the Rangers defender, and Newcastle are right in it again. And now Mancini playing for Thomas in a lot of space, and the crowd are roaring him on. Cross there on the far side towards Bowles. Oh, and he missed his kick. And Thomas, no! Stopped miraculously there by McFall. Well, I thought that was going in the back of the net. An optical illusion from this angle, looked as though it was sure to go in. But it's still 2-1 to Rangers. Francis at the near post for this corner. Mancini lying deep as the corner comes in low this time. Now it's Gibb, low and hard. Oh, and it almost went there, and still it's not there. My word, how on earth did that one stay out? As it went across one side, came across the other, and finally it was put just wide there by Cassidy. And again, Newcastle have come within a feathery touch of getting an equaliser. Hibbett, Terry McDermott, played into space again there for Robson. Still with Robson. This could be very dangerous for Rangers until he gives it away to Don Givens. Hibbett again. McDermott. And is that a free kick that's been given? It's a free kick that's been given. An indirect free kick that's been given, and the Newcastle players are saying, well, if it's anything, it's got to be a penalty. But referee Kirchhoff has given an indirect free kick some 8 yards from the goal. If you take the 6-yard line as being 6 yards, say 9 yards, that Rangers wall, to be fair, has got to be almost at the near post. Well, they're a good 3 yards or so off that near post at the moment, but this could be very dangerous in the last couple of minutes. Hibbett playing it wide there, Moncur hitting it through, and it's there! And they've equalised, and it's Bobby Moncur who's done it. Well, Moncur came in, Hibbett, that little pass from the free kick, when Newcastle thought it should have been a penalty, and Moncur, through a crowd of players, giving Parks no chance. Pulled back to 2 goals, but here's Thomas again with another deep cross towards Mick Leach. Moncur, the number 6 on his back, obliterated by the mud, and here's Leach. Got Francis free, but very few seconds are left. Here's Venables turning it in for Bowles. And he scored! Stan Bowles has made it 3-2. Comeback after another. Newcastle had pulled back the 2 goals and seemed to have won themselves a point. And now in the last seconds of the game, as the ball comes through to Bowles, a minimum of backlift, and that's 3-2.
Well, in case you just tuned in, I want to tell you there's a bit of player power on the big match today with me, Alan Ball, Johnny Hollins and Paddy Mancini taking over for the day. Well, let's look at the QPR match with John Hollins and Terry Mancini.
Well, welcome, Henry, to the Alan Ball Show.
The Alan Ball Show? With that jacket, I thought it was a Charlie Caroli show.
Well, let's get serious now, Henry.
Yes.
Quite honestly.
Yes.
No, about yesterday's game, it certainly looked very exciting, the action we've seen this afternoon. Could you give us a few...
Well, for the crowd-wise, it was a great game. I mean, it could have been 7-5, the amount of chances and everything that went. But entertainment-wise, for the crowd, great. Not too good for the manager, though. The old dodgy mince has come up again.
Very difficult for defenders turning. Ideal for the forwards taking people on.
Yeah, very awkward. You know, if you were committed, that was it. It was very difficult to turn. Mind you, I have trouble turning anyway.
Well, I wouldn't like to say that, Henry.
Oh, thank you very much, John. Yes, thank you.
But the players themselves, I should think they were very tired after that match. Took a lot out of them.
It was a very hard game. I mean, Newcastle came, especially in the second half, they came at us and they deservedly, I thought, got back level.
What do you think about the scene in London at the moment, the way we're struggling? Your exception, I think you're doing ever so well for your first season up, but I think overall the London clubs are really struggling. What do you think about that? I mean, I think there's a chance of maybe 1 or 2 of the London clubs going down.
Yeah,
for me, you know, I think maybe a little bit.
Have you played against the two sides we're talking about?
Not particularly. I watched one game and played against the others.
Yeah, we, you know, West Ham are going through a sticky patch at the moment. You're talking about West Ham.
No, I said 2 teams will go down. Yeah. I think Spurs you might put them amongst West Ham as well at the moment because I think they're really struggling.
You're biased, aren't you?
No, I think player-wise and the way they're talking about one another, it's bad feeling in the club. And I think once you get that, I think you're going to struggle.
You've got to win these matches on spirit as well. You've got to dig it out. Enthusiasm for the game of wanting to play. If you don't want to play, then
this is where we're coming out on top at the moment at the Bush because we've got a great bunch of lads. Things are going well for us, which obviously helps a lot.
Of course, yeah.
But the lads, great. I've got to give them a mention. They give me some stick.
Okay, you two, that's enough. Or as Charlie George would say, right. You know what I mean?